what is stoking this sudden narrative, and why now anyway?
Okay. Thank you very much. You see, the issue of even the terminology Hausa-Fulani was coined during the early period of the Civil War. It was coined from southeastern Nigeria in order to create a semblance of division between the Hausa and the Fulani. And this was what marked the beginning of if during the colonial period, there was no usage of Hausa-Fulani. What brought the issue now is the issue of politics. The northern Nigeria, especially the defunct Sokoto Caliphate, which is predominantly Hausa, as a vast population, and the Fulani, especially the Fulani in Soro, Fulani in the town Fulani, were in the leadership of the traditional institution because of the jihad that brought them there. Now that unity, semblance of unity, was what was used during colonial period to bring the people together and to get support for the colonial government. This continued right into post-colonial period. There was an attempt by so many political parties in the First Republic, especially the AG, Action Group under Owolowo, and the NCNC under Ezekwe, to penetrate the northern politics, especially of the Hausa-Fulani, that was claimed to be two different groups. This did not succeed. And this thing continued to this day. The reason why it is re-echoed now is to make sure that the political unity existing between the Hausa and the Fulani that is paving way for the North, the Fulani, the Hausa enclave, to see themselves as one and the same thing, with a bulk vote for any party that got support, made the opponents, the political opponents now, to try to see that they create a division so that both will be divided, so that when there's an election, at least the North, the Hausa-Fulani will not present a block vote. So, and there will be a division for yes.
All right, so let me ask you this. What do the people who are raising these concerns or these issues really want? Is it to stop saying the compound word Hausa-Fulani? Do they want it to be stopped as one word? What do they really want? What are they really angling for?
What they are angling for are two things. They wanted to bring a division within the people, mainly majority Muslim people of northern Nigeria. And that division will break the unity amongst the people. Two, they want politically to dominate northern Nigeria. With the unity and understanding as provided by Islam, because it's the unification factor brought about by Islam that made the two people to see themselves as one, especially after the jihad. And now if that were to be broken, which means the unity will disappear, and then the North will be divided politically asunder, and religiously everybody could take his own way. And that will be a beginning of the disintegration of the political unity among the Muslim folk of northern Nigeria.
Okay, before I let you go, the campaigner, or the promoter rather, of this narrative, Bichia Maisango, has been arrested by the DSS. The wife, I was watching her, I'm sure you did, saying that the husband has committed no offense. If they need to, let them take him to court, charge him to court, and not just hold him. What do you make of the arrest of Bicha Maisangu?
Yes, I think what I make out of this is that he should be asked to explain the reasons behind this insinuation which he's making. For over 600 or 700 years, the Hausa and the Fulani, so especially the Fulani in town, the town Fulani, saw themselves as one thing because of Islam. What he could not perhaps comprehend was that there is difference between the Fulani town, the town Fulani, and the jihadists. The jihadists, even during the jihad, did not participate in the jihad. The jihadists came after the jihad was conducted and the Fulani leadership, the Muslim Fulani leadership took over and they came to join the bandwagon. Mostly, you know, everywhere in the world, jihadists, nomads were never and are never religious people. Because they need independence, they need freedom, which religion could curtail. And that's why you hardly find jihadists being religious as to conduct a jihad. So people were thinking that because Fulani involved both the Fulani, the town Fulani, and the jihadists were one and the same thing, and as if it were the jihadists that even conducted the jihad, which was very, very wrong. And it is this that is making some people to think that anything bad
Prof.
is done by the jihadists, then it's entirely all Fulanis that will be blamed for that.
Yeah, because I mean, I was listening to someone talk there about the fact don't lump everybody together. Criminals are criminals. These people are these people.
Yes.
But just to put you on the spot and briefly, which side are you on? Hausa-Fulani still together, or they should be separated? Hausa should have Hausa, and Fulani should stay a Fulani, not Hausa-Fulani. Which side are you on?
I told you that this thing was introduced from the southeastern Nigeria during the Civil War. And it were journalists that promoted this. But as far as the Hausa in northern Nigeria are concerned, they never differentiate between the Hausa, the majority population, and the leadership of the Hausa traditional institutions who happen to be Fulani, courtesy of the jihad. They saw themselves as one thing. You know, in Hausa land, the moment you talk of religion, then you are talking of a unifying factor. The moment somebody accepts to be a Muslim, if a Yoruba or an Igbo or an Isekiri or an Ijo, anybody that were to accept Islam and come into Kano and be part and parcel of the people of Kano, appreciate their culture and everything, they consider him as one and the same thing as them, their very selves. They see him as more of Hausa than a Yoruba, Igbo, Isekiri, Ijo, Igala, or whatever.
All right.
So I think the issue of Hausa and Fulani never existed. It was politically introduced in order to create division.
All right.
As far as we are concerned, majority of northern Nigerians, we see ourselves as Hausa. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good place to call it a day with you, Professor Tiffany Naniya, a historian in the Department of History, Bayero University, Kano. Thank you for being with us on Newsnight and sharing your thoughts on this developing story.